I think I owe you guys an apology. My bad. Seriously, my bad. Yesterday, I uploaded a Zodiac deck profile that some may feel is misleading. Now, I'm not saying that it wasn't misleading. I want to explain to you my thoughts when making the deck. As I was building, constructing, and playing the deck, it was literally running through everything we were testing with. But then you get that, how do you put it? Post-deck clarity. I think that's very YouTube friendly way to put it. That's when I realized that Zodiac may not be that tier 0 deck that I felt it was, just a pretty good deck that I just so happen to like a lot. Regardless, in yesterday's video, I did not do a good enough job conveying my message, letting you know why I feel this deck is tier 1, because I'm not going to tell you something and it just be clickbait. I'm telling you how I feel through these YouTube videos. I know to some, you guys may feel that I don't need to apologize, and to others, my apology means nothing. But to the people that actually want to take into consideration my point of view, thank you, I appreciate you. As a sign of good faith and a gesture for my apology, I will be streaming me editing that live duel again today. And by today, I mean right now. You can go ahead and find me on Twitch. I'll have a link not only in the description, but also I'll pin a comment. One thing I do find ironic about this apology, which brings me back to my smile, is these are actually the type of videos that some people think that I should apologize about. This I'm never apologizing about. These videos, we have made people tons of money. Seriously, tons of money. I want my guys that have made a ton of money off of these videos to post down below in the comment section that you have made some money, and it's not because I have made cards skyrocketing in price, it's because I kind of know how Yu-Gi-Oh works when it comes to card prices. And also, if you want to see a video about does the TheCaliEffect make cards skyrocket in price, a deep explanation to me explaining why I may or may not make cards skyrocket in price, go ahead and post down below as well. But we already know that the apology in the intro isn't what this video is about. There are some cards that you should be looking at, cards that will skyrocket in price eventually. Now, some of these cards are big boy investments, and in every single one of these videos, there is a little bit of risk to it. But if you follow the guidelines, more often than not, you come out on top. My only golden rule is make sure you guys use my TCG player link, as well as destroy that like button and hit that notification bell, as well as stay strong. Let's get to somewhere a little more roomier. A card that made its debut in the Rise of the Duelist set is a card that you should be looking out for. Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon has seen nominal competitive play, but it's a really good card. It's ironic I say nominal because it does have a nominal price point which could explode. What it does is, while in the Pendulum Zone, you can target one Synchro, Fusion, or Xe Dragon monster, destroy this card, then special summon it. Its other effect allows you to discard this card and pay 500 life points to search a Dragon Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. The fact that this card is generic and not archetype specific is the main reason why you should jump on this card. We've already seen this card search cards like Chaos Emperor Dragon of Armageddon. Who's to say that we won't get another Dragon Pendulum monster that we'll need? I can honestly see why Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon is only $10. Pendulum cards are not doing so hot right now, but this is the perfect time to pick this card up. If Pendulum cards ever do come back into the meta, don't tell Triff that I didn't say that they were meta, then Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon could see an increase to upwards to $20 a pop. This card is a secret rare from the Rise of the Duelist set, so it's not really easy to get. Now, I keep seeing people saying that this card should be bought out all over social media, so maybe you should have a playset, you know, because Virtual World Mayhem Lulu is a really important card for the Virtual World strategy. What it does is, if this card is in your hand, you can target one Virtual World card you control, send one Virtual World card with a different type, monster, spell, or trap from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do special summon this card, then you can add one Virtual World card of the third type from your deck to your hand. For the rest of this turn, you can only special summon level or rank 3 or higher monsters. Now, I had to read this card off because it is slightly confusing, but when was the last time you have seen a reinforcement of the army and a Foolish Burial on a Yu-Gi-Oh card? It's already bad enough that Reinforcement of the Army and Foolish Burial are limited to 1. Granted, they are a lot more generic. For Virtual World, Mayhem Lulu is going to be one of the most important cards for the deck. Now, this is a tricky situation for Virtual World Heim Lulu, mainly because the set just dropped today, but I actually just tried to buy some right now and they keep going out of stock. As of making this video, the card is sitting at $4. I can see this card rising up to $10 because it is a really important card for Virtual Worlds. The strategy may not be good right now, but it's a pretty good strategy. Now, this is a card that is for my deep pocket boys, my boys that are really savvy with the card game. I strongly feel that this is a card that is going to be bought out eventually. Book of Moon is a card that is really interesting in competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! It last had a surge in competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! In the TCG back in 2008. Boy, glads were fun. What the card does is target one face-up monster on the field and change it to face-down defense position. It's pretty simple, very versatile. It's a quick play spell, so it's a spell and a trap card. What could you not like about Book of Moon? Now, I would say Book of Moon would be a lot more powerful if Link monsters could be flipped face down, but that's not exactly what we're getting at. Book of Moon can flip monsters face down before they make links. It can out monsters like El Shaddai Wenda, but even going back, Book of Moon is a staple card in GOAT format. So in essence, Book of Moon is a surefire card that will go up in price eventually. The only question is when. The current Book of Moon I am speaking on is Ultimate Rare Book of Moon, sitting at a low cost of $70. Now, I do feel really bad because I only have 2 Book of Moons and would love to have that third, but I'm gonna give you guys information over everything. I think that this is a very strong buy. Not only is this card played inside of the GOAT format, it has potential to be competitive right now. Not a lot of cards get that opportunity. I can see Ultimate Rare Book of Moons getting to the super rare counterparts price, which is $120. I don't think that this would be a spike overnight. I think it'll be a gradual increase some years down along in the future, so be sure to taper your expectations. Now, if I can dumpster dive into some trash Yu-Gi-Oh card that I think will be worth big bucks, I'd have to take a risk on Psychic Field Zone. What Psychic Field Zone does is select 2 of your remove from play psychic monsters. Like, does this card target? It's so old, it says select in its card text. One of them has to be a psychic, one of them has to be a non-psychic tuner. You return those cards to your graveyard, then special summon a synchro monster from your extra deck whose level equal to those monsters banish. If this card doesn't scream, I'm a really good Yu-Gi-Oh card, I'm just not being used right now, then I don't know what to tell you. Even if we were to play Yu-Gi-Oh right here and right now, Psychic Field Zone could return a banished side frame Gear Gamma and a side frame Driver to your graveyard to special summon side frame Lord Omega. And saying that side frame Driver is now back in your graveyard, your Gamma number 2 and number 3 become completely playable. I'm not saying that that's the reason why this card will be good. I'm saying that it has applications right now because you probably play all of those cards in your deck. Now imagine in a later format where psychic monsters actually become a meta deck, and psychics tend to lean on synchro summoning. Being able to special summon a synchro monster to your side of the field for free just for fulfilling the theme of psychic decks, this card is too strong. Another thing I want to point out is since this card came from Extreme Victory, it kind of doesn't have a once per turn restriction. Konami didn't do that at that time. Don't know why. You can activate as many copies of this card as you want per turn, meaning that you can special summon multiple extra deck monsters. Now, I'm not saying that this card is without its weaknesses. I'm saying at about $1 each, you probably should look into having at least a playset of this card just in case psychic monsters come up in the meta. And also, best case scenario, if this card ever does shoot up in price, which it looks like it's already heading that way, then this card can be upwards to $5 a pop, meaning that you've made back your money plus more with this card. Extreme Victory is a very old set, and saying that we're pretty much done with all of the reprints for this year, if they keep making psychic monsters or Virtual World become more competitive, then this card could be a problem. Well, that's all that I have for cards that you should buy before it is too late. These are some really good Yu-Gi-Oh cards. As always, if you want to see more videos, then go ahead and check out these other two. Actually, if you could, check out that Zodiac deck profile. I still think that it's a pretty good deck, just not tier 0 in the meta. Also, as a friendly reminder, as of recording this video, I am still streaming on Twitch. I expect to be streaming way longer than 10 minutes. Or at least I hope this video is 10 minutes. Let's try to make it 8. If I ain't make it 8, you can't blame me. There's just some good content in here. Regardless, whether you check out my Twitch or another one of my awesome videos, I hope you are having a great day, but I also hope to catch you on the next video. Or Twitch. Yeah, these plugins are getting annoying.